Hey guys, this is Stacy, Haru, and you. Haru's a little busy taking, I guess, a nap. I think that's what rabbits do when they're just laying there, looking like half dead with their ears back. But hey, we're one day after Halloween and 55 days until Christmas. But I'm not keeping count. Obviously, I asked Siri. I mean, not that I love Christmas or anything, but I decided to make this episode about just like obviously this is probably like a series kind of thing. Like I'll do this every once in a while. What goes on in my head? Kind of sometimes my friends are just a little bit curious as to why I'm so positive and happy all the time. When in reality, I mean not that it's not true. It's just that I know um ugh, I know I'm not. I just got past the point of like where like I've been through so many things in my life, and I guess I just got tired of like letting it define me. But every once in a while it'll come back and it'll just creep on me, and it's kind of the universe will find a way to bring me down. And then this episode is probably gonna be really heavy, but I feel like a lot of people will be able to relate. I can't talk. Oh my goodness. Um, Copy link address. Let's not post that there. But I feel like a lot of people will be able to relate because like we all have anxiety, we all are anxious about some things. My thing, I think today of all days, I'm not really sure if that's supposed to mean anything. Or you gonna join us today? No, that's don't eat my sock. I think. Oh my god, the Astros game. I mean, like I'm not really much of a baseball fan. I am glad they won. I mean, honestly, I feel like they deserved it, or Houston overall earned it. I mean, I'm not really much of a baseball fan. Not that I don't like Houston. I wasn't born here, but this I would consider this my hometown. And I was confused about that. It's like just because I know on your birth certificate it says hometown or whatnot, but it's like it shouldn't be like some place where like you're like drawn to. Because I know I've like moved away from Houston like at least 2 or 3 times, and I always came back. But that's not like one of the things that like causes a major anxiety. I think mine is, and if I'm allowing myself to like really connect with anybody, especially whoever's watching, not really the fear of being alone, but looking back and realizing I didn't do anything with my life, or I didn't do anything in my life, or I did something in my life, and then nobody was there. I didn't have anybody there to share it with, which is why I'm sharing that now. I mean, I've had so many people look down on me, walk all over me, doormat, use me until I was nothing, and then people who just thought they could take advantage of me, or and people who just thought it was okay, and it's like I don't really look down upon them. I mean, if anything, as weird as it may sound, I want to thank them because it wouldn't make me as perceptive or as strong as I am like right now. Because if you don't take the time to like look back on like these lessons learned, I mean you should. I mean, yeah, it's weird. You should like not really like love them in the sense that oh you want to give them a big hug, but love them in the sense that they brought that lesson upon you because the world is full of so many things that it wants to teach you, or life, or God, or the universe, or whatever you want to believe in. I don't really discourage any sort of like religion or beliefs, but I think I've learned a lot of lessons. I don't, and a lot and the things that I have learned, I felt like they were necessary. Because that one girl, she just, let's just say it, I kept on thinking, wanting to believe that she was a good person. But I did cut her out of my life, obviously. But she kept constantly showing me once, twice, three times. I mean, as many chances you can possibly give a person times like 10 or something like that. And then even then, I'm always wanting to give more. I'm a very giving person, and I want to see people succeed. I want to see people happy. I want yes, yes. Okay, come here. Yeah, come here. Mine. Ha 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 ha. But like Haru here, like whenever I got her at the pet fair, she was the only. She was like the smallest rabbit in the back. And then like whenever they were putting on the food, she was like way smaller than her siblings, and like she couldn't eat anything at all. So I just someone else was with me, but we just picked her out of a crowd and I just took her home. And yeah, she's a bit of a pain. She chews some of my things and my other stuff, and then I'll catch her eating my food, which is obviously vegetables, obviously because she doesn't eat meat. Okay, okay, okay. Calm down, calm down. I know, I know, I know. Shh. Daddy loves you. Shh. It's okay. Daddy loves you. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, there you go. Like she was like the only one, and I just knew that she needed help, and so I just took her, and now she's home with me. I want to say Haru, happy or whatever. I went out and bought her a bag. I mean, it was a $60 carrier. God help me. It's because I want to be able her to like be able to take her with me places. Because that's my baby girl. I've had her for like, oh god, she scratched my fucking face. um, since June of last year. So a little over, I guess, a year and a half now. I'm not really gonna do the math, or less than a year and a half, just a little less. But I don't know. I feel like she kind of helps with anxiety, and it's always nice to have pets because you can kind of just like love them, and then depending on how they are personality wise, they or how you treat them, I should say, they won't really reject you or run away from you. Because I know, like she'll have her moments. Um, God help me, she has her moments, but then when she like really wants to be loving, she'll jump up, and then she'll start like grooming me after I pet her for like half an hour. And that's really weird. She like I have to sit there and pet her for 15 or 30 minutes, otherwise she won't leave me alone. And I'm just kind of like, you want me to hold you, you don't want me to hold you, and then mixed signals. But I mean, when people tell you not to have anxiety, I feel like that's like the worst thing you could tell a person, or telling them, what do you have to be so anxious about? Because then like I feel like they feel even more anxious, like not even externally, but like more so internally, because like they feel like they're being judged and they can't like really talk about it. And like most of the time, I feel like I can't talk about it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have a lot of friends, but like I feel like I'm just a burden to them whenever I'm trying to talk to them about like the things that bother me or my own problems. I mean, like whenever you like talk to somebody and then they're telling you like this and that, I mean, just don't even like say anything. Just like listen to them and don't do that the passive thing where you pretend like you're listening but you're saying the right words to where just like actually sit there and listen. I mean, yeah, you won't be able to say any comforting words, but the last thing you want to say, and don't even make put in a list of things to say, is it's gonna be okay. It's gonna get better. Because when you say that, that's gonna like heighten the anxiety even more. And then, I mean, for them, because I know every time somebody tells me that, I feel like things are getting worse, or might get worse, or it's not gonna be okay. The one thing I wish somebody would tell me is that, you know, I'm here for you, or if you ever need anything. Because like I feel like those words are probably gonna like help somebody heal the most. Because it's, I mean, they might not come to you as often, but they'll still like talk to you whenever like things get really deep. But I feel like listening to each other is like really listening. It's like how like people heal, and I feel like what will eventually bridge the gap between like religions, races, and I say religion, right? Yeah, religion, races, and then just like any barrier that may prevent us from growing together. Not even just like as a nation or as a country, but like as like a unified like human race. But some of us are arrogant, and then that also makes me very anxious because I wish things didn't have to be so hard, but they are. It's like, how did things even turn out like this? How did we end up this way? Like, we know we all came from one general area, or it all started with like one person and then branched off to like millions of billions of people. So, how do we stray from that knowledge? Or how do the people who choose to be ignorant towards that, how do they choose to continue to do that? I mean, these are the things that kind of tear me apart. And that's just like just barely scratching the surface. But just overall key message, just like just listen, and just be. If you ever watch Grey's Anatomy, let's just start right there. Be somebody's person, or be as many. And it's gonna sound stupid. I mean, I'm in college, but like, I would really know how to like. Okay, be the person somebody will always want to go to whenever they're in trouble. Because I know whenever I was little, I saw this quote, and it said, "Be the person you needed when you were a child." And this was like when I was in middle school. I'm a college junior ish thing now, and I still go by that. So because when I was younger, I need somebody who was supportive, somebody who would listen, be helpful, actually have a good heart. So I draw from all those qualities, and I kind of like I spread out that out through all my friends, and that's why I have so many, and why I'm so charismatic, and I was so charismatic in high school. I feel like it's like those little things that make me who I am, and when I'm surrounded by people that I care about, I mean those qualities that I have, those kind of like enhance themselves even more, and I feel like even more of a better person than I was. Because when I mean, believe it or not, Amy and Kayla, Bella, Beverly, like whoever's watching this, like I feel like you guys, or I mean, any people that I work with or who I talk to, like I feel like they all make me a better person. Because I feel more happier. I feel more caring than usual. I'm way too caring and giving, but I feel more free as a person. I don't feel like whenever I get home, like I do when I get home, I feel like restricted, like cringing, and then not necessarily getting into a ball, but like I just want to just lay down all day and do nothing until like the next day, and hopefully I get to hang out with this person, or that person, or that person, because you never really know, because you don't know if you're gonna wake up or not. You don't know if you're mentally just gonna give out, if you're physically just done. I mean, I mean, I try and take each day as it comes. And then depressing as it may sound, 'cause it's not meant to come off as depressing, but as like I guess because I do get depressed, as depressed as and anxious as I get, just knowing that I have people who care like hundreds or maybe 1,000 or two or people out there, that I've touched their lives, or knowing that they're like those people that care for me. Just knowing that I've changed only lives just by like being who I am and being that person or the person that I am now. And I know I've changed those lives for the better. I mean, maybe I mean I can't save everybody, and I know I'm not a superhero, but I try my best to do what I can. But despite all that, I'm kind of happy where my life is going right now. I mean, once you cut out like the toxic tumor that was sucking on my life for like the past like 2.5 years. Once I finally did that, like my eyes started to open. And once you start cutting those toxic people out, I mean that's the most crucial thing about anxiety because you will literally give up everything and then realize that when they're done with you, you feel like nothing. And it takes a while to get that back, but once you start like rediscovering, who you were in the beginning and who you are, where you're going, or blah blah blah. I mean, just surround yourself with good people and people who will always have your back towards the end. Whether they're complete trash or not. Mac, if you're ever watching this, um, and that's just an inside joke. That's not an insult. Just know that if you're ever in trouble, I mean, even if I don't know you, I mean, I have an open inbox on my YouTube account, and I'm giving people access to my Twitter, so you guys can like DM me. I mean, if you need any advice on how to deal with any of that kind of stuff, or you need somebody to talk to, I mean, just send me a message. Like, I will reply back as soon as like I can. I mean, because I'm here for you as you are for me, and Haru's here for me and my anxiety, which is probably going through the roof because I feel so judged. But I feel like a lot of people are really gonna connect with this, and perhaps more than I think. But I guess I won't know until you watch it. So until next time on Stacey, Haru, and you, have a good day and good night.